Now, coming to the diet, what kind of food we should take during this time? So, here, of course, we have to consider the season. So, a lot of things are added because of the season, but I'm not adding specific food items here for the reason that Ayurveda believes uh, that everything is as per unique individual constitution. So, in case you have had an Ayurvedic consultation or an Ayurvedic recommendation before, so you will be in a better position to decide for a diet for yourself. But here I am making it an attempt and trying to give you these ideas about what are the absolute do's and don'ts in this time to keep our digestion and immune system strong. First is light, digestible, warm food. Warm because warm kapha is cold, and so in order to tackle the excess of kapha, we have to have warm food. Warm in terms of temperature, warm in terms of uh, energetics. Eating in proper quantities. Eating in proper quantities means you're not overeating and eating only to satisfy your hunger and not just for entertainment. So while we are at home, there are these tendencies of overeating and eating all unnecessary heavy foods. So we have to make sure that during this crisis situation, we avoid heavy, oily, fried, and stale food. We have to consume freshly prepared meals. So I know most of us would like to prepare some meals for a few days and then eat it in the next coming weeks. But since we are anyway at home, it's better we have freshly prepared foods. You know, we cook food every day and then we consume it the same day. That is the best because freshly prepared meals have high prana. High prana makes your immune, it gives more energy, more nourishment, more uh, uh, strength to the body cells than the same thing if you have it tomorrow. Avoid eating before previous meal is getting digested. So this means to say that if you are at home, just don't keep on snacking unnecessarily. So stick to your diet. You know, eat only when you are hungry. Eat just if you're not hungry. If you are one of those kapha people, stick to basic breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't just eat emotionally or just to give company. More whole grain cereals, locally grown organic seasonal vegetables and fruits should be favored. Avoid having white sugar at all cost, white sugar and white flour. So there is a reason behind this. White sugar, there is a fact that states that 50% of our body immunity goes down in the next 2 hours of consuming 1 teaspoon of white sugar. So this is the least thing we want at this moment. So stay away from white sugar. Eating at proper timings. This is again crucial. This is a part of dinacharya in Ayurveda. Most people, many people are aware of the fact that eating at proper timings is crucial for proper digestion and how it is assimilated in the body. But here we have to even focus on what is the proper timing. Timings for breakfast is around 7 to 8 a.m. For lunch, 12 to 1 p.m. For dinner, around 6 to 7 p.m. If try at least for these 2 weeks, 3 weeks of lockdown, if we are following proper timings, that can also help us a great deal. Then drink a lot of hot water to keep yourself hydrated. Of course, a lot of information is there that if you keep drinking hot water, the body temperature stays up and the virus doesn't survive in such situations, and if it has entered the mouth it will go into the digestion and all of that. Yes, that is true, but apart from that, hot water, properly boiled water, is very beneficial for keeping a good digestive fire. That itself is a very important reason for drinking hot water during this season. Another important point is definitely use digestive spices in your food, in your everyday food. Of course, they add to the flavor, they add to the taste. That's what spices are meant for. But more than that, they are very crucial in helping in promoting the digestion, in helping to break down whatever you are eating more effectively, and to help in the absorption and assimilation of the nutrients. So, curcuma or turmeric, cumin, ginger, cinnamon, pepper, long pepper, caraway or ajwain, cardamom. These are some very basic herbs, spices that you must use in your diet during this time. This will help you in a lot of ways. These are also spices which strengthen the respiratory tract. It basically helps to reduce the kapha buildup in the body. So when the kapha buildup is less, of course, the respiratory system will be strengthened, and the body's tendency to move into getting any kind of respiratory disorder, any respiratory symptoms will be effectively stopped. So definitely add these spices. You can have them as in the food or in the vegetables or your lentil soup. You can also have them as tea. And another thing to avoid is avoid meat. Avoid anything which is processed. So being vegan will help during this crucial moment of time. Now, Ayurveda focuses also on what you are doing on a day to day basis. So, daily regimen has been given a lot of importance in Ayurveda for supporting the health, for improving the basic metabolism and immunity. So let us quickly go through how an ideal regimen could be. Now I have mentioned a lot of things here. So for many of us, it might not be possible to follow everything like this, but it is okay. The whole idea behind writing all of this is the logic that whatever we are doing during the day has to be in sync with the nature. So we don't do anything randomly, from waking up to having breakfast to everything has a reason, and there is a reason behind why we are doing at that particular time of the day. Because during and the elements, the Vata Pitta Kapha have a daily cycle. So they have the cycle, 12 hourly cycle, 6 to 10, 10 to 2, 2 to 6, and then it repeats 6 to 10, 10 to 2, 2 to 6. So waking up around 6 a.m. is a good idea, even though everyone is at home. So we might be interested to sleep late, sleep until late, and all of that. Try not to do that during this time, because in fact, if you can wake up little earlier than 6 will be the best. So 4 to 6 is the best time to wake up. That comes under the Vata time. So the advantages are you will wake up instantly, you will not be snoozing your alarm, and once you are up, you will be more aware, and you can indulge in some studying, some meditation, some spiritual practices, all of that will really help your system. And what is to be done after 6 to 10? You exercise. You should not be doing a kapha activity, that is sleeping in kapha time, because that will increase the kapha buildup in the body. So it's like increases like. So if we are exercising, if we are going for a walk, if you're doing yoga during that time, it is the best. And then we make sure that we are not building up more kapha in the body. Then, as soon as we wake up, it should be a habit that we drink at least 2 to 3 glasses of warm water, and we can also add some lemon to it. There are special techniques which are mentioned in Ayurveda that should be done early in the morning that have a lot of scientific logic behind it. One of them is oil pulling. Oil pulling is we take some oil, some 2 3 tablespoons of oil. You can use sesame oil, and you put it into your mouth and just uh, try to keep it until you can hold it any longer. Your eyes will start watering, or just you cannot hold it any longer. This exercise is something which is very effective, of course, both for the oral hygiene but also for your digestion. We know that our digestion starts from the moment we see our food, and then we smell our food, and then we taste. So the first contact with our body is through the taste buds, and then slowly as it goes down, the process continues. So when we are doing the oil pulling, we are strengthening our digestive system and removing these toxins. We are removing the unnecessary phlegm and mucus buildup in our mouth or the tongue. After the oil pulling, we should gargle our mouth with salt water with a pinch of turmeric. This is both preventive. This helps to keep our um, point of entry of the virus healthy, and if there is any infection, inflammation, it will help to get rid of that. Also, um, very good as a prevention. So after this, I forgot to mention it here. It is a good practice to clean your tongue. Cleaning your tongue nowadays, it has become very popular. But this, apart from just the oral hygiene, we have seen when we wake up in the morning, many of us would notice white coating or some kind of thick mucus buildup on the tongue. So when we clean the tongue with proper metallic tongue cleaners, copper or bronze tongue cleaners, then of course it is good for the oral hygiene. But more than that, it is also strengthening our digestive system. Tongue is an indication of what is happening inside. So if there is a coating here, that means there is a lot of coating here. So that means your immune system, your digestive system is really compromised. And we have a lot of reflex points on the tongue, and then we have the taste buds. So when we are, cleaning the tongue, we are stimulating these points which help in promoting the digestion and removing the unnecessary toxins. Following this regimen, it is a good idea to do yoga, yogasana, some postures. Anyway, we cannot go out and go to the gym or fitness center. So yoga is a time-tested science, and doing it for at least 20 minutes will help to keep our mind and body strong. Following yoga, Ayurveda also advises doing self-massage with sesame oil during this season. Sesame oil is warming and energetic, so during the kapha season it will help. And Abhyanga or the self massage itself has a lot of benefits. Of course, it is important to rejuvenate and relax your whole nervous system, your endocrinal system. But at the same time, it helps to improve your circulation, your lymphatic drainage, your digestion, your metabolism, and boost your immunity. So just this small act of massaging yourself 10 minutes, 15 minutes every day with plain sesame oil, or if you don't like the nutty smell of the sesame oil, you can add some essential oils you like to it and then use it. After the oil massage, you must take a warm water shower. Do not take a cold water shower during this time. This also helps to relax and calm and uh, deep relax your whole system. And also in terms of hygiene, we have to be very clean and tidy. After you take a shower, pranayama and meditation should become a daily practice in every household, because these are some things which do not need anything external, no instruments, nothing, and you have all the instruments to do these practices. You have your lungs, you have your whole body. Pranayama are yogic breathing exercises which have so much of um, benefits, especially during this time when we are focusing on increasing our respiratory um, function and making sure our immune system is at the best and our mind is calm and relaxed and all of that. Pranayama is one important tool to achieve that, along with meditation. Following that, another technique is called nasya, or instilling nasal drops. So we can use sesame oil, few drops sesame oil, ghee, or coconut oil or janotailam. In this season, warming sesame oil will be good. Janotela is a Ayurvedic combination with a base of sesame oil. What you have to do is just put 2 drops in both your nostrils, and you can tilt your head and wait, see if something comes to your throat. As it comes to your throat, you just spit it out. And for some people who have a lot of kapha aggravation here, they will have a lot of secretions coming in, and then you can spit it out. This helps to clear your channels, clear your blocked upper respiratory tract, and all of that. And along with that, it is a prevention. When you're putting these drops and then going out into the for shopping or running your errands, then it makes a barrier. This oil coating on your nose or the mucosal lining, it makes a barrier, and that prevents the entry of any virus or pollens or anything which can affect your body. After that, it's time for breakfast around 7 to 8 p.m. Definitely eat your breakfast depending upon your digestive capacity or appetite. Make sure you're having warm breakfast. After that, 10 to 12 is Pitta. 10 to 2 is Pitta time. So Pitta is for intellect, Pitta is for action, Pitta is for a lot of ideas and brainstorming. So you can definitely work from home, attend to homeschooling or any other household chores that you would want to do. Also in this time it will be good to expose yourself to sun. Go out in the sun for 20 minutes, 30 minutes or 40 minutes. That will help to boost your immune system. Lunchtime should be around 12 to 1 p.m. That is the time where pitta is at its peak, and you will be able to digest almost anything that you're eating. So you can have a proper balanced meal comprising of all the shadrasas or 6 tastes in Ayurveda, focusing more on um, pungent, bitter, and astringent taste during the spring season, that is the current time. So, of course, you should take all the 6 tastes, which is sweet, sour, salt, pungent, bitter, and astringent. But depending upon the season and the predominance of the doshas, we have to slightly increase the quantity of the aggravated doshas in order to balance it. So after the lunch time is the crucial part. When we are at home, especially when we are near our couch or a bed, then we really want to sleep. Power naps. Please do not take power naps after food. That is a very bad practice. Sleeping in the daytime increases the bad kapha, which starts clogging all the channels. That is one cause for a lot of problems. So do not sleep after lunch. In fact, after lunch, so around 2 to 6 is again Vata time. So Vata time should be used for innovation, creation, ideas, for activities again. So you can sit with your children or work, or listen to some music, some maybe do some painting, creativity. In this time of lockdown, maybe you can learn some new skill, or tell some stories to children, or just do something that you have always kept for later during all these years where you are busy working. Maybe you said maybe you want to learn playing some instrument or anything that you can think of. Vata is time is very good for creativity. Then after that, before you have your dinner, it is important that you meditate again. Meditate before. So meditation twice a day during this time will help a great deal. Then dinner around 6 to 7 p.m. A light dinner, because it is again in kapha time. With warm and light dinner will help, and then slowly start retiring. Slowly, start retiring and try to sleep. You have to definitely make a point that you sleep early. 10 p.m., 10 p.m. you should definitely go to bed, because after that, when we are again going into pitta time, a lot of people find that it is easier for them to work during that time, because of course there is pitta, so the mind becomes more active and everything. But that is not what it is meant for. It is for the internal pitta to start working. It is for the body to start actually digesting, to start servicing the body. The liver starts detoxing. So, if we are staying up, then the body is unable to go ahead with these functions, and again, there is compromised body status or the health status next morning. So, make sure you get optimum sleep. That is very important. At least uh, 6 to 8 hours of sleep is crucial, and sleeping at the right time is crucial. So go to bed by 10. It's okay if you wake up at 4. It's in fact better than sleeping at 12 and waking up at 6 or 7 or 8. So, yeah, so these are a lot of things that I have told right now. So many of you will be thinking, oh my God, this is too much to do. But the purpose of the idea behind explaining all these things, and the logic behind why we are doing this in this sequence and at that time of the day, is more important. So at least when we are at home, compulsorily, if we are making sure that we follow how much ever is possible this kind of regimen, if not 100%, maybe 70% of it, for 2 weeks or 1 week or 15 days, 21 days, whatever is suitable for you, that itself will bring a long lasting change in your health. So, it's not how much you are able to do it, at least some positive change in your regimen, positive change in your daily routine will have a great impact on your health as a whole. Now coming to the yogasanas. So I mentioned what is the best time to do yogasanas, and we know that it is a time-tested way of um, boosting our natural immunity. Yeah. So I have put together some very basic asanas that everybody can start doing immediately. So these asanas are specific collection of postures which help strengthen our respiratory tract and our digestive system. Of course, we have a lot of different asanas that you could be knowing and you can do, and they will also help. But these are some very few, very simple, and very basic asanas that I have put them together. So first is a set of 12 postures which is called as sun salutation or Surya Namaskar. So as you can see in this picture, there are 12 postures which move in a they are in a flow. So there is a rhythm. So you can doing all these for around 5 rounds or 10 rounds with the focus on your breath helps a lot. This set, the sun salutations, are very powerful. It focuses on the whole body, on every system. The circulation is improved, the lymphatic drainage is improved a great deal, and the digestion is promoted, so on and so forth. Surya Namaskar is something that you can start doing immediately if you know it. Now, some individual asanas, child pose. Child pose is called as Shishu asana in Sanskrit. So it is very simple. You sit on your ankles in Vajrasana and then bend forward. This is an excellent pose to decongest the chest and relax the mind. So there are some contraindications. Of course, if you have serious back or knee injuries, avoid doing this pose. Also, pregnant women should avoid doing this pose. If you are suffering from diarrhea in any case, then also you avoid doing this pose. This is camel pose or Ushtrasana in Sanskrit. So this camel pose uh, is also helpful in opening up the chest and focusing on the respiratory and the heart health, improving the circulation, the thymus and everything. If you have vertigo, if you're pregnant, if you have balance issues, and then make sure you contact your doctor before you're doing it. So you don't do all these things when you have any of these conditions. Apart from that, it is also useful in strengthening the back and the neck muscles. Camel pose. This is a bridge pose. This is called as Setu Bandhasana in Sanskrit. It opens up the heart again and improves blood circulation and energy in the body. So it is also helpful for thyroid related problems, for people in menopause and menstrual disorders also. Next is called as bow pose or Dhanurasana. Um, this, if you are having any hernia or high or low blood pressures or neck injury or pain in the lower back, then do not do this asana. Otherwise, also for pregnant women, you should not do this asana. In fact, if you are pregnant, then you should definitely, before doing any of these asanas, most of these asanas that I mentioned here cannot be done by a pregnant woman. So, if you are pregnant, then you should, maybe you can write to me separately, and then I can guide you how you can, what other things you can do. So this is fish pose. Fish pose, it is one variety of fish pose, one variation of this fish or pose which is called as Matsyasana. It stretches the chest and the back and the neck. And of course it provides relief from respiratory disorders by encouraging deep breathing. It is also helpful in toning your parathyroid, thyroid, pituitary, pineal glands. So if you have migraine problems or high or low blood pressure, then you should not be doing this posture as well. This is called plow pose or halasana. Halasana is generally done after sarvangasana or shoulder stand. So this is a little complicated for people who are new to yoga. Should first practice other simple asanas and then try attempting this asana. But this has a lot of effect on the thymus, and it is very good for increasing the immunity. But if you are suffering, if you have had a neck injury, if you're suffering from diarrhea or high blood pressure, then also if you are on your menstruation, then you should not be doing this asana. Definitely a no for pregnant women too.